Alright guys and girls, welcome back. It's the 19th of May 2017. Now, we haven't got very long, a couple of weeks actually, probably near a month I would say, or about 3 weeks, until the new car racing game comes out, the new simulator, and that is Dirt Rally 4, or Dirt 4 I should say, by Codemasters. What really signifies a great game, I would say, not really the graphics. The graphics are brilliant, they're great, and they're superb when it comes to simulators, and they need to be as great, and they need to be polished up really great. And I say great a lot because that's me. But what really actually intrigues me, right, is the sound quality. Now you're going to hear it in a minute, right, on this game. This is for the PlayStation 4 that I've been playing on. This is Dirt. This has been out for, is it 2016 or something like that, for the PS4, maybe a little bit longer than that. I've been playing this. I've been playing shit tons of this game until the new one comes out, Dirt 4. And it's from the same creators and the makers of Colin Mcrae Rally, which actually I think they go way back to like the PlayStation 1, I believe. I don't know about the same crew members to do with the audio and the visuals and all that kind of stuff, but I remember playing my first ever Colin Mcrae Rally game, and that was on the PlayStation 1, and I believe it was on the N64 as well. I'm not too sure, so don't quote me on that. Anyway, what you're going to hear in a minute is the audio quality on the cars. They literally go all out when it comes to audio, and they're fantastic. The Codemasters audio makers of the audio. They use all these condenser microphones, they put them all over the cars, they make the actual cars sound exactly like the cars and all that. So you got to take your hat off to the actual makers of the audio, because if it wasn't for the audio, we wouldn't have great graphics as well mixed in amongst all of it. So you'll hear it in a second, in 10 seconds, and then I will show you the sound and the visuals and audio all mixed into one. Cheers for watching, and I'll be right back.
Right 4 long, tightens 3, don't cut. To left 6, 80 over crest, jump. Left 5, long 60. Left 6. And right 4 long, don't cut, up. Left 6, small jump. Right 6, and left 6, 110 up. Left 6, 100. Caution right 2, half long. Turn hairpin left. To right 6, 80 over crest. Caution right 4, don't cut, stay mid. 100 to finish.
Yeah, guys and girls, right, I'm back. So, as you heard within the last 2 or 3 minutes, I did like a 2 or 3 minute video, little clip. so you could hear the sound and the quality on it, and the actual visuals on it, as you can see here, are actually perfect. I kind of like it, but there's only one snag that I really want in the new one, actually in Dirtfall, and I hope the team actually, hopefully the team hears this or sees this video. And my little thing I really like in this game is actually HDR, or HDR support, which is high dynamic support, for any of you guys and girls who don't know what it is. So basically it's more colors, basically more dynamic colors. So the blacks, the whites, the more colors, they pop out. So, and also, but this, I mean, this is on the PS4, the Pro version. So I'm hoping the PS4 Pro has some quite exquisite details in it. Whether it's 1080p 60 frames per second, but with like highest possible PC settings for graphic settings, would be lovely. Because I find, to be honest, I like graphics, and to be honest, they could have done a little bit better. I mean, they could have added a little bit extra to the colors, but this is just my opinion. It's only tiny little details. But for a simulator game, I think this game actually came out way before the Pro, so in a way, I do forgive them for that, because they haven't done anything wrong. It's just because the system, basically the PlayStation 4 Pro, came out just after this game was released. I know they added the PS4 VR headset for it, and that is just quite immersive. If any of you guys haven't tried the PlayStation VR, I do recommend you guys and girls probably try it out at a shop or something, if there's any shops out there. But no shops that actually tried to flog you off with some crap, saying like that the headset you can try it out, but you have to pay a certain fee for it. I think they're trying to scam people as well. I've heard somewhere where computer shops are charging people like £15 for 15 minutes or 10 minutes or something like that, some ridiculous price, just to try out the headset. And it's I don't know, it's just kind of flipping weird. I mean, to be honest, for this sort of experience, if you're going to buy a system or a headset, you need to try it out for free. And then if the companies get money from buying the products, from people using it for free to try it out, maybe try it at a friend's. If a friend of yours, or if you've got a family member who's got the headset, do try it out. I tried the Shark one on what's it called, PlayStation Worlds, and to be honest, I nearly shit myself. I literally nearly shit myself. I had this fucking shark in the waters coming chumping at the cage. I mean, you can't get more fucking terrified than having a shark which is like 3-4 inches away from you, about to fucking gobble you up and about to eat you. And it kind of like, oh my god, it was the most terrifying thing I've ever experienced in a video game. You couldn't get more immersive than this. But while we've got, say, the new Scorpio coming out, so I better actually tell you guys as well, and girls, that because the new Scorpio is out this year as well, hopefully it comes out on the Xbox Scorpio as well, the Dirtfall, and hopefully it has 4K 60 frames per second support, because it has 6 teraflops of compute power. There's shitloads, tons of room to actually put your graphics on there like a PC. It's tons of graphics there, definitely tons of graphics, tons of memory as well. I think there's like 8 gigabytes of memory on board of the CPU and the GPU. So, because what they're doing, they're using a sort of, I think they're using a sort of like an APU, which is an accelerated processor unit, which means they put the graphics card and the CPU, which is the cup for the computer, which is the CPU memory, sort of like brain chip, they put it all into one sort of like chip, and I think it's a cut down version, but it's more powerful because it's got like sort of yeah, it's like 6 teraflops. That is pretty much I think it's 6 teraflops or 6.5 or something like that. Some weird like number on the calculated on it, but that is enough to do 4K at 60 frames per second. Maybe turn some settings down on some games, but you should have a reasonable good experience when it comes to games. And Dirt 4 should magnificently run that game on that system, on the Xbox Scorpio from Microsoft. I probably would recommend it as well, but we're gonna have to wait and see what it's actually like. It could be, because they're on about it, could be upscaled and all that. I'll be right back in 2 seconds, guys and girls. Right, yeah, sorry about that, guys and girls. So just had to quickly shut the bedroom window for a minute, because I had some fucking music coming through the window. Anyway, so yeah, they got like I wouldn't say it's a cut down version of the Scorpio's CPU, but it's a more powerful one, and it should be low latency as well, and the frequency should be really good actually, hopefully, because I don't know much about computers and stuff, PCs, but I know that 6 teraflops is some really horsepower under a CPU. And I know what CPUs are. It's basically sort of like the brain, the chip of the brain, where it can multitask. So this, actually, I nearly got killed in this. I'm jumping over a cliff then. Yeah, so yes, basically it's the brain. It's the CPU. It actually gives you sort of information quick backwards and forwards. Now with the APU, the accelerated processor unit, it actually does exactly the same. So it can actually gain information backwards and forwards really quick between the CPU, between the cup, and also the graphics card. So basically it means it's going to speed up. And I think a lot of, to be honest, I think there should be a lot of systems, a lot of graphics cards based with APUs. I think they should be the future, and they're much cooler as well, and they're energy friendly as well, very energy efficient. And I think, to be honest, Nvidia should start producing more. I think they should be they should do high-end versions of these CPUs, APU ones I should say, and they should be so you can actually use them for high-end PC gaming. I think APUs are going to actually influence the world at some point, and I think they're going to get rid of their GPUs altogether at some point, their graphics cards, their big beast cards, because I think the APUs are going to slowly take over. We've already, I think we've seen them in, I don't know, I think there's one in the Switch. No, actually, they got the Tegra X1 actually in the Switch. And I believe that's got like sort of GPU and CPU all onto one, so it's like sort of, they got their own sort of custom chip as well, I believe. Anyway, guys and girls, cheers all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video, and you all stay safe and have a